welcome to the MommaNevin podcast. I'm Joan, known as MommaNevin on Instagram and YouTube. Sorry, man, I'm having a tough time today. This is the third time I've tried to record this, so hopefully I get through it this time. Mama is spelled M-O-M-M-A, and my last name is Nevin, N-E-V-I-N, so that's where that comes from. That's what my kids' friends used to call me when they were in high school. So let's jump into all the projects. This YouTube channel I created to help me to get done with some of the projects that I've already started. Unfortunately, what I'm finding is it makes me want to do other projects. So we're going to work with that. Anyway, here's the sock that I was working on last week. This is my clue sock for the Who Done Knit Along. And my yarn that I'm using is, this is called Allegedly by Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. And then the different colors in between are part of a clue mini set. And what I'm doing for each section is I'm rolling, I have a dice app on my phone, and I'm rolling it to tell me what to do for the next section. I made a spreadsheet and I listed the 6 colors, Miss Scarlet, Mrs. White, blah, blah, blah. I listed the 6 different weapons, and each weapon, the number that it's listed on, the line that it's listed on, tells me the number of repeats of the stitch pattern. In the stitch pattern, I found 6 different stitch patterns that were 4 rows each. And so when I roll the last one, that tells me the location, but it also tells me the stitch pattern. So hopefully that makes sense. The first row was Mrs. White. Sorry, it's on the other page. It was Mrs. White with a revolver at Jackson Square. And that was just 1 repeat, so you don't get to see very much of that. The next one was Colonel Mustard with a dagger at Audubon Zoo. And that means the dagger was 6 repeats, so that's 24 rows. And unfortunately, as much as I would love to tell you that I got both socks done and caught up, that's not the reality. I do work full-time. I am working from home, thank goodness, but I do work full-time, and I had a lot of things that I had to do this week. I was super busy, and I have a lot of meetings. For some reason, people like to talk to me. I don't know why. Anyway, so that's where we are on this. I did roll for next section already, and that is going to be, let me find it, Miss Scarlet with a wrench at St. Louis Cemetery. So here's the Miss Scarlet color, and the wrench is 4, so that'll be 4 repeats of 4 rows. And St. Louis Cemetery is the 6th stitch pattern, which is granite lace. So that's what we'll have next week. This is the stitch bag, the project bag that I made. One year I went through and I found special material for each month, and I made a project bag for each month. So this is the one for January, because when I think of January, I think of New Year's and parties. I go to sleep early, but a lot of people party, and so the inside is confetti as well. So I do make these. I don't sell them. If anyone, if there's enough interest and people would like me to make one and do a giveaway, I can do that. That's not a problem. So my next sock that I was working on was for Regina, and this is where I was last week. So I got quite a bit of this sock done, but then I also started this sock. So, like I was telling you last week, I do like to do socks that have like a little bit of interest on each side. So this will be her left sock, and this will be her right sock. And this is a faux cable. Sorry. I'm really having trouble today. Like I said, this is the third time I've tried to record this, and it's because I have a problem that when I talk a lot, I yawn. I don't know why. Whenever I orient doctors, I do it, and I have to apologize. So if I start yawning, I do apologize. It's nothing personal. I just yawn when I talk a lot. I don't know why. Anyway, this is the bag that I had that in. This is another one that I made, and I chose this one because I thought the colors matched the colors in the sock. I do have quite a few that I've made, too many that I could ever use, so if anybody wants to use bags, let me know. Okay, so that's the projects that I was working on. Now, this week I do want to show you two projects that were works in progress and what I'm going to do. This project was a project that I was making for the Saints. I am originally from New Orleans. I absolutely love the Saints. I always have, even the years where they wore bags on their head. I love them. So, unfortunately, it was not a great year for the Saints. So, I am probably going to rip this out. Now, the way that I did this is during each game, whenever the opponent would score, like right here is 3 points. So that was a field goal for the opponent. And then there was a field goal for the Saints. And it looks like another field goal for the opponents. And so on, such as. And then here, this was probably, how many rows is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a touchdown, an extra point, and a field goal. And so then at the end of the game, if the Saints win, I get a gold row in pearl. I pearl a gold row. And if they lose, I pearl a black row. Well, unfortunately, I was having to pearl a lot of black rows. So I decided that I think, you know, they did better toward the end of the season. So I'm going to rip that out this year and maybe try again next year. I made an angel blanket as well. It was a rough year for the Angels. I think it's going to be rough next year as well. I am probably going to watch the Dodgers a lot because of Shohei, because we saw him in person a couple of times. He's really pretty amazing. So, my other project that I wanted to tell you about that I was already working on, this is a cross-stitch project. And this is as far as I've gotten. And what this is, which I thought was just amazing, is it's a cross-stitch advent. I don't know if you can see this. And let me see if I can find who made it. I had it, but now I don't know. It's not on here. I'll have to see if I can figure out how to put that information in there. But what this is it gives you, it's a deck of cards, and it gives you a new section every day. So this is the last one I did, which was number 2. So then for the next day, I would pick it up and add this new section here in the color that it tells me at the top. So I had wanted to get these done for Christmas, but, you know, whatever you want to do and what you really do doesn't always happen. So this is another one that I do want to get finished. I will make sure that I put the name of the person. She does have an Etsy shop, and this was a thing that I wound up buying on Instagram. It popped up on Instagram, and it was not a good idea. Not a good idea. The one that that I bought it from said, "Oh, you'll get that in, you know, a couple weeks." So I was going to get it long before December 1st. Well, I didn't get it till long after December 1st. So that's one of the reasons why it didn't get done as well, because I didn't get it till like the middle of December. And it was just a mess. It was really a mess. And so I didn't realize that she had an Etsy shop. And I could have ordered the same thing from her Etsy shop. So next year I will go directly to her Etsy shop instead of ordering it from an outside entity that takes forever. So it seems like I'm cruising along here. I don't know what I'm missing telling you. Oh, Pirate. Pirate has been a bad dog this week. He has learned how to get in my closet and take my shoes and nibble on them. So that's not good. We have been trying to keep him from doing that, but he is insisting. So when we had him in training, which we finally have decided he's as good as he's getting, so we're not doing any more training with him anymore. So when we had him in training, the one thing that the trainer taught us to teach him is cookie time. So if you want him to come to you, you say cookie time, and let me tell you, that dog will stop whatever he's doing and immediately come inside, because he gets a good treat when it's cookie time. So that's what we've been having to do to get whatever it is he's stealing back from him. So anyway, I will include a video at the end.
Good afternoon.
Minnie had to tell me what time it was. I will include a video at the end of my husband taking him to the orange groves near our home for a walk. We did take him for a walk today to try and tire him out a little bit, so maybe some of the meanness wouldn't show up too much. I'm sorry, I'm really trying not to but it's just such a natural response. I have been on a little bit of a buying spree. A little bit. So, again, sorry. So one of the things that I needed was for having all those pop-outs on my weather blanket. So I bought some finishing needles, and this I think is going to do a lot better as far as being able to pick up those little nubs and get them, moved back in. So I ordered those, and then let me show you one other thing I ordered. Since I have gotten my room in here, my craft room, I have really enjoyed decorating it. So, what do you do when you want to decorate? You pick up a new hobby. Do I need another hobby? I don't. Did I get another hobby? Yep, sure did. So this is a diamond painting that I found on Etsy. So I'm not going to work on this until I finish at least something else. So maybe when I finish the cross stitch, I'll get started on this. But it's a diamond painting, and when I finish it, I'm going to hang it in here as decoration. So that's pretty exciting. I do sew as well as knit and crochet and cross stitch and you name it, I do it. Again, I am trying to get better at quilting, and the way to get better is to actually do it. So I need to buckle down and actually do that. So my one thing that I want to show you at the end today, I think that's going to be a thing, so I can show you different things in my room that I have found, different places and things like that. But this is what I have on my shelves back here. And my husband told me I should do a ball of yarn and stick it in here, but this is actually a birdhouse. But I just thought it was so perfect for this room that I just had to get it. So this was something that I found at Joann's, and I have no idea if they have any more, but I just loved it, and so it sits on my shelf back here. So I think that's all I have today. My son has started a vlog, so I'll include him in the show notes. He's very cute. He shows a lot of my granddog. So she's very pretty, and she's very active. So anyway, thank you for watching. My first video has almost 100 views, which is just shocking to me. But thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back. Hopefully you will come back again and we can visit together. Bye.